Good day, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday. Oliver, hello in chat. Great to see you. You were missed yesterday, Oliver. I don't know if your ears were burning, but yes, you were missed. Kirsty, good morning. Good to see you. Burnt, hello. Hola. Or hello. Barbara, I'm here on time. Wow. This is early for you, Barbara. I'm impressed. It's early. But thank you for showing up. It's great to see everybody in chat. Oliver, I may have some questions for you. Oh, Kirsty. Kirsty says, hi, Shawn. Nice to see you. It's great to see you too, Kirsty. And Oliver says, I go into the office on Monday, Wednesday, hence the no-show. Yeah. Ooh, was it Umacorn? Somebody let me know that on Mondays you were in the office. So yesterday was a strange stream, just trying to get things ready for Adobe stock. And Barbara says it's 5:30. 05:30 hours. She's going official. We're doing military time here. It's 10:29, so I'm early. 12:29. What did I say? 10? 12. Oliver says 11:29 here. Okay, hold on. We got to wait till 12:30 to get started. No, I'm not going to wait. Okay, let's take care of some introductions. Hello, everybody. My name is Shawn Kozel. I'm a photographer. I am based in Germany. No, we're not doing TikToks. No TikToks. May see me do a little dance, but no. If you're watching this, it's 12:30 now. If you're watching this on Behance, you can click on my icon that's up that way. It looks like a photo of me. And it'll take you to my homepage, which is thus. If you're watching this on Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook, you will see a Linktree link within the description. You can click on it right there, and it'll take you to my Linktree. This is, again, my general approved Linktree. Ow. X? I don't do X either. For specific reasons, I thought about getting into it when it was Twitter, and I couldn't do it for specific reasons. Couldn't do it. Couldn't bring myself to it. So no, I don't tweet. I don't X. I don't TikTok. I do YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and of course, I Behance. And I can dance on the Behance, but I won't. You don't want to see that. If you are interested from the Linktree and you want to join my Discord to share any of your work that I can show off on my streams, you would post it here on the Discord. You can join from there. If you're watching this on YouTube, please feel free to subscribe. George, hello. It has been a while. Good to see you. Welcome back. Welcome back. If you're watching this on Behance, please feel free to subscribe. Without the subscribers, I would not be streaming. So I greatly appreciate subscriptions. If you do subscribe, you can get your own Glenn, your Illustrator file of Glenn. And if you're interested, I will even send you the puppet, the rigged puppet or character animator of Glenn the Ogre. You can always buy me a cup of Joe if you like what I do. And that's right there. And if you do buy a cup of Joe, George says, watching in South Africa. Thanks for welcoming me. Indeed, it's a long time. It has. It is. It has been. English is hard. If you buy me a cup of Joe, you can download this Budapest image that I made on Adobe Live as a desktop page, maybe. So that's up to you. Every little bit helps. Okay, that is enough about me. Let's jump over to the Discord because Mafu is not here, understandably so, because Mafu officially graduated. I passed my finals. So congratulations, Mafu. Mafu's probably having a party right now. And let's go ahead, open this up. For those of you that were not here yesterday, Oliver, I'm looking your way. We made a congratulations Mafu card in Adobe Express, text to template. And I tell you what, the text to template may not always come up as the best images, but the body copy is amazing. I put in a description of Mafu, graduation, love of vacuums, and this is the text it came up with. Graduation, congrats Mafu, success, which I love that. And then you've cleaned up the competition, vacuum-tastic graduation. So this image, this whole thing in the background, if you look really close, there's actually a sketch of Mafu's anime in the background. But getting to know the people in the community, I was able to make this card. And for those of you that know Mafu, loves vacuums, plays the guitar, so I thought this was just absolutely perfect, loves yellow, and illustrates. So everything that I was able, I know about Mafu, I was able to put in this card and make it very personable. So, congratulations, Mafu. What a successful day today is for you. We're very proud of you. So, cheers to Mafu. When you use a sippy cup, make sure that you put the lid on all the way. That's a public service announcement. Bruce, hello. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, Bruce. I hope you're having a great day. All right. That's really all we've got to look at going on the Discord. So that's kind of a quick turnaround. Let's jump over into Lightroom Classic. And today, Oliver says, unless you wanted to get a whole drink in your face at once. Yes. And Bruce says, great job, Mafu. Yes, very proud. We are extremely proud. So the purpose of yesterday's stream and today's stream is to kind of go through these images from Ireland. We're doing a little bit of culling, a little bit of picking. I'm really trying to go through and get the keywords down. And this is going to help me make it quicker and easier to upload to Adobe Stock. So this is kind of what we're diving into. Now, one of many questions that I had for Oliver and anybody else in chat is this beach. We were in Ballybunion, and the beach that we were on was littered with jellyfish. That's too much of a zoom. Let me take that down. That down to 200. There we go. Now, I don't know anything about jellyfish. I've never seen a jellyfish like this with the purples, the colors that's in it. Totally new to me. And the amazing thing about it is there was so many on the beach that you could see when high tide came in. Oh, a moon jelly. Okay. You should pick them up unless you know how to pick them up. Oh, you shouldn't pick them up. Very common, wash up a lot. The question that I had is, do they stay alive? Because, ooh. Yep, there's, okay, moon jelly. Oh, Life Trust, there we go, Oliver. I am not going to try to read the scientific name, but we will pass. So the interesting thing, jellyfish are 95% water and have no brain, blood, or heart, is when they wash up, do they stay alive on the beach until the next high tide, and then they go back out? Round dome-shaped jelly, translucent with 4 purple circular markings around the center. You can usually see these jellyfish floating just below the surface of the water. Wow. That is it. Because I grew up in Oregon on the coast, and I do not remember seeing anything like this. We'd have tons of jellyfish, but I just don't remember the purples, the colors. Interesting. Do they sting? That's a major question we have now. Does it sting? Okay. Delicate tentacles that hang down from the side of the bell. Unlikely they survive being washed up. Mafu! Congratulations, Mafu. We've already gone through and discussed everything, so we're not going to do it again, Mafu, but congratulations. Congratulations, Mafu. We're proud of you. General, hello. Oh, Mafu has. I have some outstanding news. Oliver says, no, moons don't sting humans. Good to know. That's good to know. The jellyfish that we used to get in the West Coast did sting. So, very cool. Very cool. Mafu says, I made it. I know, Mafu. Right there. I officially graduated. I passed my finals. You're late to the party, Mafu. We've already celebrated. we had cake. You know, I've been live for what, 10 minutes? 14 minutes. We had cake. I got some champagne out, and then I realized that I couldn't share it, so I didn't want the whole bottle, so I put the champagne back. We had sparklers. We had sparklers going. Those were on the cake. And so, yeah, you missed it. It was a huge party. Lots of dancing. Yeah. General says, the ability to graduate is insignificant next to the power of the source. Oh. Oh. Okay, that's fair. That's fair, Mafu. I'll let it go. I will let it go. But congratulations again, Mafu. As I said yesterday, it's very important that we celebrate everybody's achievements within the community, and you're no different. So, have yourself a successful day, Mafu. Oh, that's just too good. Too good. Okay. So we've been educated about moon jellyfish. Thank you for that, Oliver. I knew that you would come through. Did I hear successful? Oh, General, you not only heard it, you saw it. This is the power of Adobe Express in your hand that can come up with body text like success. Oh, Mafu says, did you save some cake for me? No. No. I ate it all. General says your eyes can deceive you, don't trust them. It's not far from the truth. Okay. Oh, Lord. Too funny, too funny. Training to become a Jedi is not an easy challenge, and even if you succeed, it's a hard life. Being a Jedi is a hard knocks life. It's a hard knocks life. You have a favorite cake, Shawn? Eaten. Actually, no, I'm... Okay. Bruce, that's Hard's Day life. The problem is I don't like sweet things. So, like American style cake, I'm not a huge fan of. But here in Germany, they use real sugar, cane sugar, not corn syrup. And so that's one of those things that here, the cakes, they will be beautiful looking, just absolutely beautiful, with fruit on them, and they're shiny, and you think they're going to be glazed and sweet, and they're not. They're not overly sweet. So, I do like them. Here. I'm on the wrong side. There we go. Okay. Mafu says, no cake. I'm telling you, if people were here on time, you know, they could have cake. Could have your cake and eat it too. But no. Someone had to take a shower. Okay, we are gonna get through here. There is a red image that I am looking for, so we're just scrolling through. That's what's up. Yeah, probably healthier. Yeah, a little bit. The big thing is, like, food here has to be natural. So, okay. And just as a recap to let everybody know, on this trip to Ireland, we did see, Mrs. Shawn and I, we did see puffins. We saw dolphins. We saw whales. Donkeys. Of course, a lot of sheep. Sheepdogs. Horses. And ancient goats. Ancient Irish goats. Mafu says, at least I get to clean up after the party, right? Did Precious Vacuum Cleaners gift me a vacuum cleaner? I don't know what Precious Vacuum Cleaners are. I do not know. Okay. And what I'm doing is I'm kind of going through and just getting an idea of what images could be good for stock. And again, this is quite strange to me. I have not seen this, but this is difficult to see because they were so far away, but you can see them splashing. This is a flock of puffins, which I've never seen puffins hunt as flocks, but puffins flying across the top hunting. So, let me know if you don't like the name. No! Oh, it's what I call my community. Ah, gotcha. I'm gonna share the sketch now if that's okay. I just need color, and I also drew you guys. Yeah, just let me know when you post it and I'll jump over to the Discord. No. Lots of clouds. Wonderful weather. Wonderful weather. I actually wish I brought some sunscreen. Sadia, hello. Watching you from Pakistan. Welcome in. Okay, here is where we left off. I hope you're having a great day. Thanks for stopping in. A lot of these landscapes that I was working on, I'm digging that. I don't know how much work I'm going to do on it. I like the depth. I love the clouds. Oh, wow. Needs to be straight, but I love that one. Love the island. Needs some work. This is the problem. And anybody, I think it was Stian maybe asking yesterday about when you are exposing, or when you overexpose your clouds. As you can see, I'm exposing more for the island, and it's blowing the clouds out. So, you know, there's only really so much you can do if you're trying to bring those clouds out. You know, I can jump over here, bring our highlights down. That you can see we got a little bit of change up here. We can go in, make a mask, do a sky mask. We can bring the highlights down even more. We can try to bring down the exposure. It just starts feeling overdone to me. Bringing the whites down a little bit. We do. Bruce says, wow, awesome. Pakistan just amazes me. We get to interact with so many different countries. It is. It absolutely is amazing. I mean, it's one of the things I love about this community, that we really do have a worldwide community. That was community said way too many times. Community. Okay, so this is another thing that you kind of want to look at when you are setting up your shot, when you're taking a shot. Now, here's the first shot. Let's see how many of these I took. I took a few. Okay, 3. So obviously having this boat in the foreground gives it a bit of life. It gives it a little bit of scale. Gives it just a lived-in feel, like people can be there. Now, I'm looking at what we've got here. Like, the fence down here is too close to the edge. This trail here, I actually would like to see more of it. So when I switch to a little bit wider shot, this to me feels better. The fence post isn't as close to the edge. We've got more of the path to bring your eye to the boat. There's just a little bit more happening here with a wider shot. If I wanted to, I can remove a lot of these houses, but again, it adds life. It adds the fact that there's people living here at the base of this hill. I like the depth. So that one's working for me. Now, the next one, I kicked it over, and I do like this, but I could make a copy of this one and turn it into a portrait if I wanted to, and have a little bit more control. I like the depth. I would have liked a little bit more mountains. And here's another tip. If you are photographing mountains, you want the edge like this to be going up. For whatever reason, if we jump into the crop, let's hit D for develop. We'll go into the crop. Like, doing something like this where the mountain is kind of coming down it's not as appealing as if going up. So when you are cropping, or even when you are setting your photo up, take a look at the edges of your viewfinder. See the angles, how they are coming into your photo. because that can actually make a big difference on the feeling that you get from a specific photo. So, do you like that though? Little landscaping tip. Okay, this is a cool little island. Now, I gotta see where we're at here. What day? Okay, July 8th. So, for those of you, I am working on my PDF. I'm double checking where we're at and adding those, the names of where we're at in as we come across. So let me jump into July 8th. Here we go. Okay. I hate to do this. I'm going to be right back. Everybody stick around. Don't go anywhere. All right, thanks for waiting around. Shawn, hello. I'm doing well. Thank you for coming back. Long time no see. Welcome back. Many years ago in my former life, I worked with a guy from Pakistan whose family manufactured surgical instruments. Wow, that is cool. All right, let's see here. Mafu, let me bring this up. Mafu posted. Oh. Okay. So Mafu, this is the graduation illustration I'm working on. I drew me celebrating with you. Aren't we all adorable? Adobeal. I labeled the sketch so you know who's who too. I hope everyone likes it. Okay. We're gonna have to go through these. Let me close that down. Got a lot of sketches. Precious vacuum cleaners. You. Now, okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Here's a question, Mafu. Since the community, we are all like Roombas, little vacuum cleaners, why do we... Did I just make a typo? I don't think so. Precious vacuum cleaners. You. Me. Yeah. Why do we have to do all the heavy work? We're doing all the work. And then we've got the close-ups. Now, who's who? Working is for droids. General, you nailed it. Okay. Mafu says, no, it's not all of you. I better be in here. I'm guessing off the top of my head, this one with the flames is me at the top. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Just saying. Mafu says, I also clean. You can see the hint on my apron. I see no dirt. You look way too clean. Mafu, I love it. I love it. This is great. My guess is we have Oliver is one. You could be any of these cuties. Oliver's one, Bruce is one. Gareth, who's not here, is probably one. Loving it, Mafu. Loving it. Oh, get back here. Oh, Discord, come on. I meant the cleaning supplies in the pockets. I know what you meant. There we go. Bam, give that a heart. Barbara says, love the ruffles on the apron. Oliver says, Shawn's vacuum cleaner needs a lens flare off the shiny top. That's my mod, ladies and gentlemen. I get abuse from everywhere. Oh, okay. This is we're back in Lightroom now. This is a really cool island that we stopped by, and I don't think that it was part of our initial trip. This was something that we discovered along the way. Yes. Perhaps you think you're being treated unfairly. Why is cake keep coming up, General? We talked about cake before, and now all I can think about is the cake song, perhaps. Mafu says, then why did you assume precious vacuum cleaners are the only ones doing the chores? Hey, just because you have something in your pocket doesn't mean you use it. Okay, Bruce says, what kind of cleaning product I'd like to be? That's a really, really bad question to ask, Bruce. That is a rabbit hole that I don't want to even start going down. Mafu says, you're an adorable Roomba, of course, Bruce. Well, I'll put it this way. I wouldn't want to be like a toilet bowl cleaner. Okay? Like, if you start naming people as types of cleaners, what you're doing is, yeah, that's just not good. We're calling them a vacuum or something like that. That's fine. Yeah, let's not talk. Let's not start calling each other, you know, Ajax and stuff like that. Cleaning products. Can I snuggle cute Roomba, please? Snuggle a Roomba. Why have we gone down this hole? That deal is getting worse all the time. General, you are so correct. We're gonna reel it in. We're gonna reel it in. Not very often do I need to put a kibosh on chat. Michelle, hello. Thankfully you showed up late. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this was a pretty cool island. I'm trying, Barbara. I'm trying. Oh, Michelle. Watch the replay. I missed the toilet talk. So this island had a little rocky pathway going out to it. Mafu says, my theme revolves around vacuum cleaners. Specifically, you don't have to be a toilet bowl cleaner if you don't want to. Thank you for clarifying that. There are, you know, okay, I have limits. There are things in which I do for you which is horrific beyond belief. Like doing an 80s glamour shots post. I draw the line at being a toilet bowl cleaner. Let it be a brush, let it be a product, anything. So I have my limits. There may not be many, but Shawn draws a line at popping around to clean our toilets. Oh my gosh. Now the only clarification I need to make is that I clean too. Okay, Mafu. Okay. So back to the island. What a place to draw the line. I am fine being a vacuum cleaner, Mafu. You have made me a vacuum cleaner a long, long time ago. So I'm okay with that. Okay. Okay. A cute, snuggly Roomba. It's, you know, it's interesting. I was talking about this yesterday, that Ireland, at least this is what I was told. Okay, take it with a grain of salt. Whatever. Thousands of years ago, Ireland used to be trees, full of trees. And it was once once they started pulling out a lot of the trees, started cutting everything down, that's when it turned into the rocky, boggy region that we know of today. So the idea of it being tropical, it's not. It's Ireland. It's part of the UK. That's an oxymoron. That, like, the only place that I know of that you would just go, what? In northern Washington, the state, there is a I thought your story was going Ireland was connected to Alaska. Whence? UK and Ireland. Yes, UK. Well, the semantics. The UK, you make it so difficult. I was correcting myself, not new. No, but Oliver, it's the same. It's the same thing as when you're talking about England or the UK and you start calling it Europe, and people are like, it's not Europe. They had Brexit. Well, no, it's part of the continent. Now you have the islands of the UK and all of the countries. Ireland is not part of that. I'm aware of that. But when you're lumping that region in, it's difficult when you're talking about Ireland, Northern Ireland, Scotland, Wales, England. You're talking about that region because obviously it's all kind of clustered together and they have a lot of the similar climates, similarities. So when you're talking about environments, when you're talking about things of that nature, it's difficult, and it's not by any means supposed to start a fight. That's it. Believe me, with the England-Spain game coming up, and I was in Ireland, there was a lot of talk about it on the radio. I'm not starting. I'm an American living in Europe, not starting those anything. Oliver says Europe/EU seems to confuse a lot of people here. Contrary to popular belief, we didn't move ourselves onto a different continent. And Oliver says Ireland was probably supporting Spain. Maybe. Maybe. We're not talking about those troubles. Moving on, the island. It is, Barbara, guess what? It's not tropical. It looks tropical because it's wet. There's a lot of greenery. A lot of greenery going on. Lots of rain. And but as for like a rainforest, because when you say tropical, you think of rainforests, and that's where I was going with. There's a rainforest actually in Washington, and I got derailed by chat, but those are not palm trees. No, those are not. The exact name of them I don't know, but they've seen a lot. They've seen a lot. But it's a really cool island. The thing that I don't know, we have temperate rainforest rather than tropical rainforest. Bruce, I did not test the water. A lot of the times, whenever you're getting into things like this, these areas, sometimes the water is brackish and it's got this color, and you really don't want to taste it. There's oceans that I saw that I would taste before some of this water, like in these. Not that it's dirty, it's brackish, the color of it. The temperate rainforest rather than a tropical rainforest. I don't know if I've ever heard that term, I don't actually know the correct the correct definition to be able to look at a forest and call it a temperate rainforest. So I don't have that knowledge. I can be honest. There's someone in chat that probably does. But yeah, this is really cool. I definitely want to play with this one a little bit. And again, leading lines, having this foreground, standing on this path, taking us to this island. Janor, hello, welcome in. Very cool, very cool. And it's lovely being on so much water. It's just so great. For somebody who does not own a boat, has never owned a boat, I really love being on the water. Okay, here is a prime example of what I'm talking about. This edge over here. This edge, this mountain, this hill is kind of coming down. And if you look at the difference between this image and this image, it's a very, very slight change of lens. But it makes a big enough difference to having this coming up. To me, it feels better. So I'm gonna give that a 3. We're gonna come back here, give that one a 0. Water is the essence of wetness. I'm not gonna read the rest, General. Oh my gosh. Okay, Mafu says, I agree. I get messed up with forest biomes also too, but I also think of temperate forests as hot forests, like a desert forest, kind of like a savanna. Ooh. Oh, it's from Zoolander, but it's moisture instead of water. Okay. Bruce says, truce, Shawn. Wow, subtle, but it makes a difference. It does. It really does. Okay, hold on. Whenever Oliver writes a book, we have to take a moment because we're all going to learn something. Temperate versus tropical is down to the climate. It's to do with the temperature ranges. In general, the temperates sit between the tropics and the polar regions. Okay. Temperature ranges. I got it. And somebody just snuck in. Tony! It is great to see you. Hello. I've been loving your Instagram posts, Tony. So good. So good. Janor, hello again. General says, Chewy, take the professor in the back and plug him into the hyperdrive. Tony says, I've just woken up. Holy snikes. Were you traveling? Where were you? Okay, let's get back. And again, God, I'm loving these clouds that we've got going on. Sheep, I'm digging it. Got a little bit of a problem going. We're slightly blown out in the sky. Actually digging that one a little bit more. I love the lighting that's breaking through the clouds on this one. This needs to be darkened up quite a bit to get that to pop, but I'm digging it. I'm liking that. That's gonna need some loving, but I think that's gonna be worth it. So back out of here. And this is one of those things that hill is glowing. Yes. I love going to places like this when you've got weather, you've got clouds, and you've got these big, beautiful clouds, and it's starting to let light in. And it's the same thing. Let me go ahead, switch that to red so we know where we're at. And let's get back up here. I'm sorry, I'm scrolling really fast. You know, these sunset images. Okay, yes. Whoa, woo, we have a lens flare. There you go. That's for you, Oliver. We got the lens flare, but then waiting, and we start losing it as it drops out behind the clouds. But then all of a sudden, let it load. Maybe. Come on, there we go. You start getting these openings in the clouds where the sun rays are coming in. And this is one of those things, it's fast. It happens fast, and it can be, you know, something like this on the sunset, where all of a sudden it's coming through the clouds, or it can be like the mountain that I was just showing, where the sun just breaks through an opening in the clouds. And these are the things that you want to be looking for and be prepared for that when you see it. So you've got your camera ready, you've got that, just really you're ready. You're ready for when light occurs. And as you can see, a lot of these images that I've been showing, lighting hasn't been the best. So Tony says, glad you like the images, Shawn. Sorry it took me a minute to respond. I'm only 10% into my coffee. Oh, well, hopefully you're in the good end, the 10% of the good end of your coffee. Okay. So we're still working on the culling. And even this one, like this one, let's set this one up too, because we've got it over on this side and over here. So if we go in, let's bring down, let's think here for a second. Bring down some of the mid-tones. Bring a little bit of the whites up. And, you know, trying to bring those out, just trying to get it to pop a little bit more. We can, you know, darken those up and bring the highlights up a little bit. And, you know, just showing that depth is going to make a big difference. And I like this because we do have two very nice peaks lit up in this. So let's give that a 3. What was the temperature that day? Surprisingly, we were in the 70s. It was, like I said, it was in the mid 60s as highs, low mid 60s. Like the first 2 days we had rain. But then by the time we left, it was freaking hot. It was like 75 degrees. It was like, I was not prepared for that. I had all my rain gear. I was dressed. I was ready for like Iceland weather. He means this year, not in the 60s or 70s. True. Okay. Oliver's responding to Mafu. Sadia, hello? Is there a logo you can add and make it bigger? It'll pop then. Oh, Tony, if I had a photo of you right now. Oh my goodness. Is it time for a tangent? It's time for a tangent. Tangent time, people. We need to make Tony a logo. We're going logo time. Let's go in. I cannot believe, I don't think. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, okay, okay. I have to bring this up really quick. Give me a second. I'm gonna have to open Photoshop. We got work to do, people. Get into our grid mode. And let me bring up Max. Oh, perfect. All right, Photoshop is opening. Who's registered for Max? I bet you Tony is. Single file. Oh, come on. Come on, Photoshop. I've got everything set up for wrong computer. Oliver, are you doing in person? I just do a face with big, huge eye bags and twisted beard, and here you go. Tony, we got to do it right. Let's go ahead, hit G. Oliver, are you going in person? Command E. Jump over to Photoshop. No, not unless I win the in-person tickets. Would you still? I was with him last week in Virginia. Great guy. Well, both of you. Okay, we are going to go fast here. So, we need to go select subject. It took too much. We are going to grab the lasso tool, holding down the the option key. We just want Tony. Tony, thank you. And we can get rid of this phone right there. Not going to probably use that area anyway. Let's get this. Go ahead. We're going to mask it. Using that. Yeah. Let's just take a look. Since we're doing this really fast. That's not a bad mask. I'm happy with that. I am happy with that. Okay, go ahead, get rid of that. Get rid of that. There we go. We're going to go File, Save As. We're going to save this as a PSD. Let's just throw it on our desktop for now. And we're going to call this Tony Max. And we're going to save. Okay, it's getting warm. I got to turn the fan on. Hold on. You can get rid of the mid-drift. That's Tony Classic, not the current version. It will be going away, Tony. Don't worry. We got you covered. Let's jump back over here. And we're gonna do a... I said a logo, didn't I? Okay, we're gonna stick with a logo. Let's go ahead. We're gonna go with a square. Liquefy to the rescue. And let's check out media first. Let's go photos and coffee cup. See if anything comes up before I'm in the mood to start generating a coffee cup. Okay, let's bring in our PSD file. Let's grab that. I'm gonna drop that in. Sync across Creative Cloud. Okay. And we're gonna let Tony load here. And it's looking pretty pixelated right now. And I've heard for some images, like maybe I should have taken that. It takes a little bit for the PSD to actually load, and it doesn't load until you start getting into like the whole image itself. So let's jump back into Photoshop just to make sure. We're gonna go File, we're gonna export, as, let's take this as a PNG, transparency, let's take, we can leave all that all good. Go ahead, hit export, Tony Max, desktop, save. Okay. I'm just playing it safe because I streaming and everything else I'm doing, I don't want this to get messed up. Let's see. Let's go into let's go media, text to image. We are going to say not a kufi, a coffee cup sitting on a wooden bar in a old Western saloon. Let's go ahead and generate it. Time to have coffee, 6:30 a.m. That is looking good. That is looking good. We are definitely going away from a logo. But as of right now, that's okay. Now that brought in, let's go ahead. We're just going to delete that right now. Get back here. Let's grab our PNG image. Let's drop that in. And let's grab that image. Grab that image. Let's do a remove background. Oh, why do you do this? Okay, Command Z. Why do you do this? For whatever reason, every now and then it thinks that I want to replace, like, now it's attached. Why are you attached? Come on. There we go. Zoom in. We are going to do an erase. We are not going to do quick selection. We're going to do a circle brush. We're going to take our hardness down to about 50 and yeah, I can't see chat. It shouldn't have been a group. That's what's kind of bothering me. All right, let's make our brush a little bit smaller. We need to hit the restore. Went a little bit too much there. Okay. Erase. Come on, where's that edge? All right, there we go. Now, I'm actually, I don't mind the way that this is looking, but one thing that we're gonna wanna do, well, first off, we need to grab some elements, and we need, let's try steam. Let's see what we get for steam first. Obviously there's many different ways to do some steam. Holding down the Option key, you can grab that. We're gonna flip it. We're gonna make it a little bit smaller. Let's bring that one behind Tony. And let's get back into our design assets, our elements, and we need okay. I am not paying attention to chat. I apologize, everybody. I am just having too much fun here. So deal with it. Bring that out just a little bit there. Bring that one out. I don't like that. Can we erase? We can. So let's grab the erase tool, and we need to get rid of that soft edge. So let's increase our brush size, and we need to get this blending done over here. Just trying to get rid of any hard edges. Rick, hello. Okay, that is looking good. Let's go Command 0. Now we need to colorize. So really quick, and we've lost the idea that we're making a logo. So I apologize, everybody. But we need to grab elements. We need to grab a shape, a square. We're going to grab our fill, custom, and we want that color right there. Let's go ahead, make this the same size. And let's check out our blend modes. Screen, no. Multiply, yes. We can bring down the opacity of that right about there. And thank you, Tony. As of right now, let's go ahead, let's grab let's do this a different way. We're going to jump in here. Let's grab this one. Let's duplicate this page. Let's jump into this one. We are going to grab all of our elements. So I'm going to hold Shift. Oh no, you're doing this, aren't you? Okay, we're going to do this a different way. We're going to go ahead, download. We're going to download it as a PNG. We're going to hit download. We're opening up Photoshop. Get into my downloads. Open with Photoshop, making sure I'm grabbing the right one. Now let's grab any selection tool. We're going to do a selection in the cloud, select subject. We lost the smoke, but I'm okay with that. Did a great job. We're going to go Command J. Now we're going to turn this one off. We're going to grab our file, export as PNG. Yes, please. Let's export. Let's take this one to our desktop, And we're gonna call this our Tony logo. We're gonna save that one. Let's get back over. We are going to jump back into here. We need to add a new page. I'm gonna bring that. Let's add a different background. Not that one, that'll work. Let's bring this one in. And I do not like that background at all. So background color, grab that. No, no. And all right, we're going to jump in. We're going to grab our text. We're going to add our own text, and we're going to go 10% is the bestest. Spell it right, Shawn. Okay, we're gonna hit Command A, bring that down. We need to do a bow arc right there. Bring that up. And that is a god-awful font. So we are gonna need, oh, what do we want here? That's what we need right there. Now we need a badge. Papyrus. No. Actually, let's grab that. Grab the fill. Whoa, sorry about that. Grab the fill. We're gonna grab that color right there from the hat. And we need an element. We need... oh, we need a... instead of doing... yep, we're gonna have to do a frame. Oh, this is just so bad. It's so bad. I'm so sorry, Tony. So sorry. We're gonna bring down the opacity of that frame a little bit. You said it, not us. Oh, if I was an actual designer, I would fire me. I would take my designer card. All right. Oh, come on now. Make the correct selections. This frame keeps getting in my way. I need to lock it. So grab that frame. Let's grab that frame. Let's lock it. That way that's not being messed with anymore. And for the ending bit, need to break through the frame. What you think? Yes. I'd go slab serif, Well, I was thinking... Okay. If we could do a Western. What is good? Oy, that's ugly. That's not good. That's not good. Ooh, ooh. You can't even read that. Can't even read that. I wouldn't mind. Ooh, I love fat face. There we go. Okay, now this frame is bothering me. I like having the contrast in that one. Okay, I have a fat face. No, you don't, Tony. We need elements. We need some, just some grunge, not gringe. Grunge. Why am I in frames? I don't want to be in frames. Not shapes, come on, all. Wow, your elements, all. I cannot spell today, people. There we go. I don't think we want to go background. Let's go design assets. Okay, so we're going to take that one. We need to bring the opacity of that down. I'm going to hold down the Option key. We're going to drag. We're going to hold the Shift key. We're going to rotate that around and drag this one up. Get it into place. Wanda, hello. Go multiply. Grab that one. Do a multiply. This color is bothering me. It is bothering me. There we go. All right. Tony Coffee. So, that was a tangent that really went down the wrong path. All right, so we started out with Tony in, he's more than 10% into his coffee here, but we've got our first coffee, and then I was going to try to turn it into a logo from here. So this is just a duplicate, and it wasn't playing nice with me. So I downloaded it, took back into Photoshop, and now we've got Tony. Reality, what I should have done is taken this image. We needed to get rid of that overlay there, and that way we would have been able to do this. Doesn't Express have great dad puns? Oh my gosh. For Mafu's graduation, this is the body text that Adobe Express text-to-template came up with. Mafu and vacuum cleaners for graduation. This is taking forever to load. Success. The body text that Firefly comes up with is so good. It's so good. A lot of the times I just use it for the body text and then the puns, and you are taking way too long. And as you can see, you've cleaned up the competition. Vacuum-tastic graduation. So a lot of the times I will use the body text from text to template because it comes up with sometimes better stuff than what I've got. So, okay, so that's what I should have done, is I should have taken out that yellow, because this one here is too yellow. Now, of course, I could jump in. We could just select it. We could go into our adjustments and we could warm it up. We could go ahead, brighten it up a little bit. Cool it down, not warm it up. What am I saying? So, yeah, that looks better than it did before, but just trying to knock this out quick. So we got two really fast things. Things! And I actually didn't even end up with the logo, just the logo. So let's duplicate that page. Let's open that one up, and let's just start deleting everything here. And then, oh, why am I still working on this? Why? Because it's fun. True. That is true. No, Rick. Absolutely not. Tony would love the steampunk. I wonder. Oh, we could just do that. That is a possibility. That is a maybe. Kind of lose it, reverse out the text, and it could work. Let's do this. Let's do an outline. Let's go with a That's a horrible color. Ooh, we can't do both. You can't have a shadow and an outline, so let's get rid of the outline. Can't have both. Ooh, good idea. I like that, Bruce. I like that a lot. I do. Let's bring our distance in. What if we duplicate it? Command Z. Nope, I want to duplicate you. Bring you down here. Let's grab that. There we go. We've got the top one. See, multiply. Nope. Back to normal. There it is. So just duplicate. Well, okay, now I'm off. I got to get these lined up. Like the idea, but let's line those up. There we go. All right. There we go. Oh. Ta-da! Tony's Tangent, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So, Tony is halfway into his coffee now, I hope. You're a much wiser man than I am. I foresee you'll become a great Express user. I hope I am going to be a good Express educator. So, all right. Change it to 50% on the second one. The top one, I've got the top one at 75. Do you mean the back one? The far back? No, I'm on the second coffee. Oh my god. Okay. Whoops. Let's get back to Lightroom Classic. All right, that was our tangent for today. Let me get things resized here because Adobe Express doesn't like that. All right, there we go. Now, where was I, by the way? Ireland 24. Let's get into not our metadata, our attributes. This is where we were at. Let's go ahead, hit G for grid. Let's hit none. And we're moving on. Okay, that's where we ended. Hi, Umacorn. I love me some landscapes. Back to Ireland. Welcome to Ireland, everybody. I did learn some of the history behind the painting of the sheep. Thought that was pretty interesting. And of course, Mrs. Shawn taking pictures. Now, when you're driving around, so Sudi, hello, welcome in. When you are traveling, one of the things, when the opportunity arises, when something that you see catches your eye, I cannot tell you how fast my brain is when we're driving in through these mountains, these hills, little tiny road, and there's all these trees, and all of a sudden I see these guys here. I see these fishermen just out of the corner of my eye. I whipped that car around and got back. Not supposed to be here. My car's not supposed to be here. Big old sign. Don't be here. Oh. Sudi, this is you are aware you are on. Let's jump over really quick just so you know. When you go to Behance, there's this little thing. Let me get on the other side, turn off my lower third. There's this thing down here. I don't know. It says Adobe. This is not the place to ask for that. So if you cannot get a full version, don't use it. Oh, I hate it when people do that. How can I steal from Adobe? How can I steal from Adobe? Can I steal from Adobe? Let me know how to steal from Adobe. Freaking people. I love it when people ask about it on the official Adobe websites. Let it be for Photoshop, Illustrator, wherever. Quite amusing. Quite not smart by anybody. Let's ask for something stolen from the company on the company's site. Nobody will notice. Okay. I'd really like to visit Ireland from Brazil straight to this magical place. Well, I would like to go to Brazil. Welcome in. So this is one of those things when your mind, when you see a photo just pop into your brain at the very last second, do whatever you have to. Well, almost. Don't ask for like a stolen version. So anyway, I stopped. Oh, wait, Oliver wrote a book. There's two different kinds of paint on sheep. The main one is owner marking because they're different flocks, but all roaming free. The other is left by the ram so the others know which have mated. That is absolutely 100% correct. I was not going to go into that, but let me scroll up. Oliver, you are so freaking smart. Okay. So, we were here at the sheep herders, and they were doing demonstrations of their collies. And they had 4 collies, and they were taking them through, showing how they work with them vocally and by whistles. It was absolutely amazing. As you can see, they've got fences and everything through here, and a one and a half year old collie ended up doing the first demonstration, taking them through by herself, and did an amazing job. It was the first time that I was able to see it actually to this extent. Every step of the way was being explained, and how it works with a whistle, how it works by vocally. And once we were done, then the gentleman took us, and they had a few other sheep. They had about 15 different breeds of sheep, and explained what each of the markings mean. And that is exactly what they said. There also is the difference between a landowner and a sheep owner. Oliver says, I think it's like a legal requirement in the UK that if you spend any time in the countryside, you have to know everything about sheep. Okay. I was stunned to know that they paint the ram's chest. Like that was a brand new one to me. All right. Now, as I said, I started taking these photos and I was not happy with what I was getting. I wasn't happy with really anything. This one obviously cannot be used for stock because we can see the guy's face. So that is not good. But as soon as I went from going from a landscape to a portrait style, this is the style of photo for this that I really, really like. So let's go ahead. We're going to give that one 3 stars. Making sure, oh, that's even better with him casting. They're both looking away. So let's give that one 3 stars. Yep, I like the cast a lot more. Yes, massive blotch of paint on the chest, and off he goes, leaving paint everywhere. Today, we were talking about toilet bowl cleaners and cleaning products and what we would be, and now we're talking about sheep and Tony's coffee habits. That was my fault, by the way. I take full responsibility for my actions about Tony's coffee habits. That was absolutely mine. Oh, Tony says love the diversity of this show. Tony, when I'm working on my own, and you probably have the same issue, I can get things done in like a half hour, but if I'm doing the exact same thing, it'll take like 3-hour streams. Okay, so now I'm into the clouds. Let me bring up again. We need to see what day we're on here. So hitting I, we're going to bring up the information. We're still on the 8th. So bringing over my PDF, just checking out where we are. And I'm thinking at this point we might be at Bunawin. No, this might be Dog's Bay Beach. Nope, it's not. So let's, in the keywords, let's actually I'm trying to catch up on chat at the same time. All right. Ooh, that is not. Hi, Devlin. I love those clouds. All right, moving on. This is going to be the same day, but wait a minute. This is the Kyle Moore Abbey. So from a different view. So let's go ahead, let's select those. We need to make sure that we add the Abbey in. So let's do a lake and making sure I spell it correctly for stock. Kyle Moore Abbey. Why are you photographing my house, Shawn? Okay, this is Paramore Beach. There'll be more, Tony. Okay. Let's jump forward really quick. Here we go. Let's grab that. Let's make sure that we grab them all. Right to there. We can jump over, and as you can see, we've got it in the recent keywords. So I can click on that and it automatically adds all of those in. So now let's scroll back up. What was I shooting here? Almost at the 50. Schloss. You know, it's so Tim never like really took it as far as I'd like to. As Germans, ooh, that's kind of cool. When something is cool, they say hammer, like hammer. Like this is like the old, the way that I picture it. I don't know if it's true. The old, oh dang it, the old Warner Brothers cartoons where something is really cool and they like take the hammer and they hit themselves in the head. So they're like hammer. And so I was trying to get Tim to, what is happening here? I was trying to get Tim to, instead of calling you harmer, that they call you hammer. Hammer. And it never worked. It didn't catch on. And Acrobat is really acting up right now. Okay. Oof. It's harmer time. Yeah, Acrobat's acting up on me. It was so freaking hot. How hot was it? It was so hot that I ended up hammer time. My phone is called hammer time. We went down to this beach. It's absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And I'm like, no, let's not go in it. Let's just leave. Let's leave. I'm not prepared for this. So we left. So distraught. So distraught. Okay. Let me bring chat back. And what are you doing in Acrobat? I've got my PDF open for the trip. So we are on July 9th. So this way I can look at where we were and add the correct names to the photos for the keywording. So that's what I've got going on. That's why I am in Acrobat as well as Photoshop and everything else. Come on. Speaking of that, let me close Photoshop. There we go. Let's get back into here. Come on now. Play nice, Acrobat. Don't be like that. That would make a good publish online document. Tony, okay. I don't think you've ever been here for this. There is a, and let me bring this up so I can share it. trip PDFs. Okay, there is a website that I use called Sygic, and it used to be called Tripomatic, as you can see right here. Tripomatic. It's called Sygic now, and it pretty much uses like Google Earth, and you go in, you put all the information of where it is you want to go, and then you literally just poke bubbles. And when you're done plotting your whole trip, you download it as a PDF. So, you know, our trip to Manchester, going up through the Lake District, you can see all the information here. So it gives you the map, then it gives you the sites that you've chosen, gives you all the information that you need, where you're going, how to get there, Wales. It breaks everything down. So not that I follow this to a T with as much traveling as my wife and I do. It's kind of one of those things where we've learned we don't want to plan our trip at breakfast. And we see so many people planning their trips at breakfast. What do you want to do today? What, blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh my God, are you serious? You can't be planning. You waste too much time where you could be out traveling or resting or whatever. And so this is what we use to do this. Planning, breakfast planning is dumb. You know, okay, here's the worst that I have ever seen. That level of planning is for Navy SEALs. You don't have to follow it. We never follow it. But this is what occurs, and I cannot believe that we've seen this. We, at the airport, getting ready to go to Scotland, I think it was, there was two couples sitting next to us. And the three of the people were like hammering the one woman who planned the entire trip for everybody. Are we doing this? Are we doing this? Are we doing this? What are we doing? Why are we doing that? Wait, what? And she's like, I gave you the plan. You never said, while I was going through all of this, you never responded. So this is what's planned. And they were treating her horribly. And it was like, oh my gosh. And thankfully, early on, many years ago, many years ago, decade ago, at least, when my wife and I found out about this site, that we started using it, and it just makes life so easy. It's so simple. And then whenever we are actually traveling with other people and they're like, oh no, I don't plan my trips. No, no, no. By the end of the trip, they absolutely love it, because when you're traveling, travel, have fun. Don't sit there and think and read travel books and go, oh, this is what I'm gonna do. Okay, let me catch up on chat. Breakfast planning is dumb unless it is part of your plan already. That's by Devlin. Oliver says, planning in the morning is pretty normal for me. The weather changes so much overnight. Plans from the day before often go out the window. Yes, Oliver, we travel different. So that doesn't really work for us. Knowing my options is imperative. Devlin, I agree. Oliver says, I mean, I have a list of places, then in the morning I look at the weather at all and then decide which to go to. Weather does not have a factor if I'm going or not. Vivek, hello, welcome in, good to see you. I think you've been here in a while. I'm from the most beautiful country, India. Okay, I have not heard that before. I am not gonna say you're wrong because I have not been to India, but I have not heard that before. So I am jealous. So I am digging. I'm waiting to get some separation to eliminate the tangents from the horses. We got a little bit there. The colts, very nice, very nice. All right. Wish we had more clouds. Tony says, I love India. I would like to go someday. Am I on 42 countries now? I gotta do my list. This is, let me think here. This is Sky Road, right? Get this, check my PDF. I'm so organized, I can't find, yes, Sky Road. All right, so we are at Sky Road. And that is going to be in the town. That's not right. That's not right. West Point. Westport. 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 There we go. And here is Westport. My Lightroom edit today is from Delhi. Nice. And by the way, I'm gonna pretty much put this out there. If you go to a site, I'm digging that. If you go someplace and there happens to be a wall, okay? Like, and there's tons of people. They're taking photos, looking at the sites. Don't stand on the wall and then walk in front of people. Don't do that. I hate bad tourists. Oh, I'm so angry. A little bit of spittle. Boy, this guy gets up on the wall, and I'm not saying young. I mean, he's like old, like me. Gets up on the wall, grabs his wife, brings her up, and this is like, tell me that there's gonna be a difference from standing on a wall, taking a photo of this with your phone, and standing with your feet on the ground. You're talking like 2 feet difference, okay? So I'm sitting there, I've got my gear, I'm taking the photos, I'm looking at everything, I'm trying to see the photo, and he jumps up there, he grabs his wife, pulls her up there, hands her his phone to her, and is like, back up, back up. She backs up right in front of me. I was not happy. Like, for me, that would be a huge difference. I'm not that tall. Michelle? It's not. People on vacation, especially people within groups, are completely oblivious and have no couth whatsoever for anybody else that is around them. Italy was like that. Yeah. Did you clear your throat at them in a loud and aggressive way? That's the traditional British way to demonstrate displeasure at that kind of behavior. I heard Glenn. You got me, Caroline. No, Oliver, I was very vocal and very animated in my displeasure. I did more of the American style, like standing there and then just going, what? Come on. So that was the more American displeasure. I just saw that on the other screen. No, I have no patience for bad behavior. None. Okay, we're moving on. Vic says the whole world and Earth is so beautiful. We have to thank God for such a beautiful Earth, right? Yes. How did you feel when someone jumps in a queue? Oh! Okay. This is one of the great things about being a photographer, is you have a series of different bags in which you carry your gear in. And depending upon your bags, they are usually very padded to protect the gear inside. And some of them have protective plastic coatings on the outside of your backpacks, bags, slings, whatever. I personally call them turtle shells. And when somebody tries to step in front of me in a queue, they get turtle shelled. Hi, Jack. Which means, oh, what's that? And I turn around really quick and I nail them with the bag. I have done that to tour guides. I have done that to freaking everybody that has tried to pull that stuff on me. Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah. Turtle shelling. Michelle says, I usually try to be patient, giving people opportunity to take their photos, but I do expect others to give me the opportunity to, and they usually don't, and then I'm angry. Oh, why do you say check my work? The odds are you have none. Yeah, you have no work. You're a UI UX designer with no work. Don't say check my work when you have nothing on your Behance. That's the quickest way to get people upset at you. Oh my gosh. Yeah, well, welcome in. Check my work. I got nothing. No, the best thing is when I'm trying to set up a photo, and all of a sudden a phone comes up in front of my lens. Then you hear a click and then it drops down. I am not joking. That has happened more than once. I usually have people like following around. Your answer didn't disappoint, Shawn. I usually have people, by the time we're done at a location, people are following me around and then like taking the photos right after I do. And I'm like, yeah, it's not going to be as good. Okay. Does UK stand on the other side of the escalator in the US? No, okay. Move on the right. Wait, stand on the right, move on the left. That's okay. That's a serious thing. That is a very serious thing to know. And you have to take in consideration, because when you're traveling and you're walking down the sidewalk, usually normal people walk on the side of the sidewalk in which you drive on. Okay? So usually, if you're from the States, you're walking on the right-hand side. And then if you come head-to-head with people that are from the UK or other countries that drive on the left side, you have this head-on collision, and then you're like, oh, walk on the right side, come on. But you have to take that in consideration, that, oh, they may be living someplace that they're actually following the rules and they think I'm not. So I always try to follow the rule in which the country I'm in. So here in Ireland, I would be walking on the left, moving on the left, just as Tony said. So yeah, I mean, that's actually a really important point to bring up. It's funny, Devlin, but it's a good point. There are signs in London telling you which side to stand on the escalators. I have seen those. I have seen those. Okay. I'm just checking everything out. All right, there we go. We are moving on, and this has been a very unproductive day. And I'm okay with it. All I have to say is mind the gap. That's not bad advice, Rick. Jack says, driving in Chicago is very similar. Go as fast as the rest of traffic unless you want to get run over. If everyone is speeding, no one is. Yeah. Driving is always an interesting thing, especially when you throw in the Autobahn. Okay, this is, again, trying to find a good foreground. Like, I'm really liking the clouds we've got going on. I like the hills, having the water, just making sure that we've got a decent foreground. Digging that. Not a fan. Okay, now we're back to Kylemore Abbey. Chicago might as well be the Autobahn some days. Or excuse me, this is Tony Harmer's house. Jack, nothing is cooler to being on the Autobahn and you're cruising at like 90 miles an hour and you're like in the right lane or maybe middle lane, and you look in your rear view mirror and you see like an Audi A8 or a Lamborghini, a Ferrari way off in the distance, and it's just flying and you're just waiting, and that thing comes flying by you like you're standing still, like, oh. Jack says, I mean, I have a Subaru, it probably maxes out at 90. Or a plumber in a small van. No, plumbers don't, because you're paid. You're getting paid while you're driving, so you go the speed limit. So you do 130K. But that's not far from the truth. Or a Dutch guy in a BMW. Yeah. Well, in Baden-Württemberg, in the state of Baden-Württemberg, it's the Audi drivers that are very, very aggressive because that's where they're made. You go down to like Stuttgart and now you're getting into Porsche and Porsche and BMW. No, not BMW. Porsche and Mercedes-Benz. So those guys are very aggressive. Then you get up to Munich where BMWs are made and they are very aggressive. So I always find it kind of funny. I like that framing. It was very windy that day. I like a little bit of the lily pads we've got going in the foreground. Barbara, thank you. So the gentleman who built this castle, it's a relatively new castle. It's not, I mean, it's spectacular, but as a castle snob, I was like, meh. You know, it's more of a residence, but still, I'm kind of a bit of a snob when it comes to this type of stuff. And it's just newer. It kind of reminds me of Neuschwanstein, which is a newer castle. Just doesn't have the personality that a castle built in the 1100s have. I don't like old, sorry. Well, I mean, are you gonna be living in it, Barbara? Do you need to heat it? Okay, so let's speaking of heating, let's get back here. Maybe this one. Okay. So the gentleman that built it for his wife, and his wife and daughter ended up being killed in a carriage accident, and he madly in love, and so he started traveling to the United States and came to the point that he couldn't afford to keep the lights on for this for this castle. So what he ended up doing is, let me make this bigger. It is awful. And he was so distraught that he was trying to kind of get away. So he stopped visiting here. This had all the memories. Had all the memories of her, and so he decided he didn't want to get rid of it, but he didn't want to live here anymore. So he started to sell everything that he had so he could keep it, but also keep it functioning. And it finally came to the point after like 5 years of doing this, of selling every single thing that wasn't nailed to the floor. He had to sell it. Now, selling something like this is a bit difficult. So I believe it was, he was friends with the king, and the king has visited, loves the location, loves everything about it, and says, okay, you know, I'd be interested in buying it. So they start going through the process, and immediately the king is like, nope. This thing is a money pit. Keeping it running, keeping it heated is just, it's gonna cost way too much money. I don't want to waste that kind of money. No. So the king didn't buy it. Emil, hello, welcome in. All right, moving on. We're getting into the gardens now. Gardens. I'm such a freaking nerd when it comes to history and learning all this stuff. I love it. Jack says, yeah, there's a TikTok that compares real estate listings for Canada versus castles at the same price. It's pretty funny. I mean, yeah. This is only 115 years old. The stone and half timber, and the roofs on the first floor are probably 12 feet, 4 meters, so very high roofs. And yeah, it's not fun to heat. Not liking it. Okay. Let me know in chat. I mean, things like this looks like, look at that majestic horse. There was a cult that was over to the side, but there was this woman that was trying to feed it sugar cubes. And I'm like, why? Like, that's why. It's not good for anybody. I love looking around old buildings and castles, but wouldn't want to live in one. That's true. It's true. Now, these type of scenes, I absolutely love. Because I brought these sugar cubes. No, she got them from the cafe. Yes, of course, Oliver, there's a huge sign that says don't feed the horses. So what does she do? She gets out of, pulls the wrapper off the sugar cube and is like trying to feed it. Right in front of the sign that says don't feed the horses. I understand why countries or cities, excuse me, like Venice are having city taxes to visit the city, trying to make it as difficult as possible and for tourists. Oh, okay. So this is actually like a working area for fishermen. And I love coming across these. I love seeing them. I love the old boats. People don't feed anything, please. Thanks. Oliver says the owners are getting sick of it because people feed stuff to the horses they shouldn't be eating. Yes. Kirsty, great stream, but I have to go now. Bye, everyone. Thank you for the stream. Thanks for being here, Kirsty. Have a great day. It's great seeing you. Or great seeing you in chat. I love these areas. I love the boats, the old boats, the crab pots, or lobster. I think they're crab pots. Stinks. A lot of stench going on at this boat launch. But I'm digging it. I'm digging it. I think we could get something out of these. Like these. The pots are too big. That one I love. I love this. I was trying to set this photo up, and the moment lobster pots. Okay, thank you, Oliver. The moment, though they'll probably also catch crabs. The moment that I took this photo, that I set it up, that I got it all, I'm like, oh my God, yes. This was, I mean, I took a lot of time trying to get a very good balance of the seaweed to the sea, trying to make sure that this is a balanced image, even though that the subject is the boat. And even if I go in, let's go into D for develop, let's go into our crop, using the rule of thirds, trying to get it. Now on my camera, I've got the rule of thirds, or at least the hashtags on the side in my viewfinder. So I specifically was really trying to move around and get what it is I wanted. Now, some people may not be as excited about this image as I am, and that's perfectly fine. I get that. I have no problem with that. For me, I love it. I love the texture that we've got going on up here from the wind. It balances out the texture that we've got from the seaweed, the old boat, which who knows if it's even still used. It just tells a lot. Now, I may go in and clean up. Let's get this to 200. I may go in and clean up this line. I don't want to clean up this one. I may clean up this line. I'll probably leave that one. I don't mind this one, though I may take that out because that's not connected to the boat. This one is. The oars would have been nickeled by now if it wasn't used. Oh, nicked. Nicked. Oliver, I'm like, nickeled. Nickeled. What is Oliver talking about? Okay, yes, they would have been nicked. My English skills are not up to par. And I should know that because I like that one. Jane always says nicked. I'm gonna nick that. Should know better. Actually liking that one more. Okay. PJ, good morning. This one, I was thinking about possibly trying to take the cars out, but I don't even think it's worth it. I don't think if it's worth the work. Okay, we are at a waterfall. See you a bit later, Jack. Oh my gosh, speaking of that, oh, no. Speaking, we're gonna have to end this soon because Jack and I have another stream coming up. All right, so let me grab these waterfalls. There we go. And a sleigh? A sleigh waterfall. PJ says, and I just got here. Well, I was telling everybody, as soon as PJ comes in, I'm ending the stream. We're cutting it. PJ's here. No, I'll go for probably another 15 minutes. Unless, like yesterday, and we have a complete and utter tangent occur. Oh, I like that. We had some great clouds coming in. All right, where were we after that? Silver Strand. Go figure, more sheep. More sheep. These lots of opportunity to photograph clouds here. Yeah. And I love photographing clouds, so I have no problem with that, Oliver. You may be joking. I like clouds. I like clouds. These dumb sheep, they would never come to me. Another tangent? It's possible. It's very possible, Tony. That's what happened before. Oh, PJ, was there a circuit? Or a cricket stream I saw someplace where they, where was that? I thought I saw it this morning and I'm like, oh yeah, cricket, cool. Is that what you did? I kind of got out of the cricket, like learning about it, I should say. Not that I owned one ever, but got away from it probably a couple years ago. Devlin says, I want to make some vinyl cuts for my cat patio, some flowers and foliage. Oliver says, I want a cricket. This is it's funny because some people really complain, and I've heard them. This is Rockfleet Castle, and there are times here in Germany that you go to these castles and they're being renovated, and this is what they look like. And this is just a tower house, it's not a castle. But it's funny to me to hear people get upset about it, because it's like, wait a minute, they're preserving, like, the fact that they are preserving these and you don't get to see it today in its pristine shape, but yet it's gonna last. But you're so selfish that you don't get to see it now. Pretty bad. Looks like that one burned down, fell over, and fell into the swamp. No. Okay, now we're up to the ancient Irish goat, which I talked about yesterday. Said goat. Very interesting. A 3,000-year-old DNA. Purebred ancient goat. Pretty cool. Very nice goat. Lovely goat. All right, let's see. Where were we here? Day 7. This might have been the time that we totally went off base. I love this beach photo. The clouds coming in over the hill, the dunes, the sand, the grass, the dune sand, the dune grass. I don't know what I'm going to be able to do with it, but I want to try it. What do they do with the goat besides breed them? Is the fiber or meat good, or are they just for mowing and looking pretty? They are for mowing and looking pretty. The big thing about the ancient goat is, first off, underneath their fur they have cashmere. Let me get back since we're talking about goats. Underneath the fur they have a cashmere. Now, get back here. The fur itself has become waterproof over time, but the use of these goats, is the fact that they eat the shrubbery that is very, very flammable and has been causing problems all over the world, not just Ireland, but really all over the world, with the global warming, with the heat waves. And so these are the only goats. Like regular goats, they're not bred to eat this horrible, nasty, the shrubs that once it dries out, it becomes very, very, very flammable. So they do have a purpose, and they are trying to keep them in the regions, in the wild regions, to eat the shrubbery. And within the museum, they actually have this area where they took the herd and they put it, and they like mowed it down. And so it's very eco-friendly. I don't know. It's very good for the environment with the possible forest fires that they have, that they are getting rid of that type of flammable environment. So that's what they're good for. And the fact that they're the original Irish. they were there on the island before people. So, you know, they're trying to protect it. Now, it was windy as heck, and it was early in the morning. And these people, they had beach saunas up in the parking lot, and so they get out of the sauna and they come running down and jump in the ocean. Crazy. Megan, hello. Oliver says we have similar with livestock grazing on natural reserves. It's the rare and old breeds that are used because they eat the right plants without damaging stuff. The gentleman, I don't know his correct title, but he specializes in ancient breeds. And he actually went, and he's the one that went to Ireland. He heard rumors that this ancient goat has been discovered again. They thought it was extinct. And so he went to Ireland, to this town, and the people in the village are like, well, yeah, we have them. Duh. And so within the first day, they started getting sightings of these goats, and it was a huge, huge deal. So this was like 10 years ago. And now they've grown the herd to the original DNA purebreds to about 200. California can use sheep like that, not suggesting importing, just in case they become invasive. They have sheep. The sheep don't eat. The sheep don't eat what these goats eat. The goats, because goats were regular domestic goats like what we're used to, they were brought into Ireland in the early 1900s. So these goats have been in Ireland for 3,000 years old, and they have totally different structures, everything. So regular goats they don't have a lot. I think Ireland has like 200 regular goats. Like there's not a lot of goats anymore in Ireland. Tons of sheep, obviously. Bruce says, sliding back in. Hello, everyone that came in, was hanging in the Discord for a bit. Welcome back, Bruce. The goats that eat seaweed. Where the heck were we? Iceland. We were in Iceland, and the sheep were eating. The sheep were on the beach eating seaweed in Iceland. I couldn't believe that. They were around the seals and just munching away. I was surprised. Take care, Barbara. Thanks for stopping in. Still on about regular goats. All goats are irregular. That's their thing. Devlin. Yeah, there's a place in the UK where the sheep live on the beach and eat the seaweed too. I was surprised by that. Okay. Like the dunes, like these rocks. Okay. We are running out of time, people. We're running out of time. What are we on? 600. All right, this is, for those of you that do not know, I'm assuming most of you do, we were up in the national forest, and peat is always very surprising to me. I love seeing it be cut. I love seeing it being dried. Massive amounts of peat within this area. And I zoomed in. I am zoomed in. Why the heck am I zoomed in? This is how they dry it. So for those of you that do not know, they the people, they've got a long knife in which they are able to cut. Ireland still uses a lot of peat as fuel. They do. Yeah, a ton of it, and you can smell it. You can smell it when it's burning. And these are all over. And the interesting thing is I didn't realize how tall some of these are. Like, they will cut and they will be maybe 6 feet tall. There'll be a section cut out and then another section. So the peat walls, you can see where they cut them, and it's really interesting. So here are some examples as they cut down. Mafu, welcome back. As they cut it down, you know, they leave it like this, and then they'll come back. I don't know how long it waits until they do another slice out of it, but a lot of places will have their bags already set up. So as soon as it's dried, they will fill up the bags and load up their trucks. And all of this back here is peat being dried. So yeah, very cool. I am liking this photo quite a bit. That one not so much. I like the portrait. Okay, we're gonna get through these quick. I love these fields. This is amazing. This is absolutely amazing. You go out, and again, beware of dangerous cliffs. I don't know who this guy is, but nope, Mafu, not a worry. Absolutely beautiful walking up. You've got these marshy edges. You can see how mushy they are, the ground is, and you get up to the edge and it's like bam. So freaking cool. So freaking cool. And this is just an absolute beautiful tower, I believe you would call it. At one point, it was connected, then it fell, and people were stranded out there, and they had to like use ropes and do these land ropes to get people off it. Pretty crazy stuff. And this is amazing. This dude's fishing. I'm like, is he fishing? He's fishing. Like, how do you catch a fish? How do you bring up the fish? But not only that, there are tons and tons of seagulls. Like, I wonder if the seagulls, like if he's reeling up a fish, would a seagull just snatch it? So, okay, now at this point, a very tenderized fish, that could be. We walked around the edge over to this area right here, and we're looking back, and this is what we see. That, well, actually not that, but that's the beginning of what we see. And I am trying to figure out, cliff fishing is a thing. I had no idea what exactly these are, because they look like puffins. Like, I think they're razor bills, but I'm not 100% sure. They've got the white pointy bill. They have bodies somewhat like puffins. Tony says, super entertaining today, Shawn. Thank you, but I gotta go. See you soon. Bye, everybody. Tony, have a great day. Thanks for being here. We need to do one last quick shout out for Tony as a going away. And just hoping Tony has finished his coffee. So, have a great day, Tony. I'm sorry. I love this. I love this. See you, PJ. Have a good day. I gotta end the stream too. All right. Let's get back over to Lightroom. So, what did razor bills or ox? Okay. So as we were walking around, now it's like a freaking hotel for birds. Like, this is just massive. How many freaking birds? So this was mainly just out of my own surprise. Did you get a closer photo of any of them? No, I didn't. This is probably the closest right here. I did not bring any gear at all with the idea of wildlife. This was all with my new lens, my 18 to 55. And so the whole trip, I planned it. I'm like, not expecting wildlife. I wish I had my 500 millimeter. I did not. So, and I was flying Ryanair, so they're you know, a bit of a stickler when it came to weight. So, yeah. All these freaking birds. So many birds. Like, amazing. Okay. 2 days. We've gone over 664 photos. That one was close enough. A common myrrh. Okay. Okay, not bad. We went from 600 photos, 660 photos down to 58. Yeah, I'm happy with that. All right. Let me do a quick screenshot that we need for a thumbnail. There we go. Otherwise known as guillemots. Guillemots. All right. Okay, I am gonna end the stream today. Join Jack and I in about 2 hours on the Firefly Discord, where we're going to be doing I don't know what. I better look. Let me see here. Oh, I'm not in. Okay. One quick second. Foreshortened perspective. Sounds great. That was not being sarcastic. All right. So Jack and I are going to be working on foreshortening perspective, which is everything you try not to do as a photographer. So we'll see how that goes. My head might explode, but normally it does during the Firefly Discord streams because I'm caused to do stuff that I'm not supposed to. Devin, I'm looking at you. That's foreshortening. All right. Please stream in your precious... I don't have a vacuum cleaner form. I don't know what that means, Mafu. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right. Everybody, have a great rest of your day. If I don't see you on the Discord, I'll probably see you in the Adobe Lives. Today, I think they're doing video. The schedule's just all messed up. I don't know what's going on. But I missed yesterday's. Looked like fun. Yeah. It was... well, it was fun making Mafu's graduation card, just like it was fun making Tony's coffee card today, or coffee logo. You know, I gotta do the tangent every now and then just to break it up, because you watching me trying to cull 600 photos, not a good stream. I know that. But today's video looks like tomorrow Photoshop and Illustrator condensed into one day. Yes, they are adding the challenges all to one day. At least the Photoshop and Illustrator. So it's, yeah, I've been gone for 3 weeks, or out of the loop for 3 weeks. So the world is upside down now. Okay, everybody stay safe, stay creative. Just be nice. I will see you all soon. Thanks for being here. Today was a lot of fun. Thanks for your jokes. Thanks for your company. And I will be back on Thursday. Take care, everybody. See you soon. Bye.